What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a custom UI. Well, not really a custom UI, it's more of how to replace the how-to settings with your own custom UI. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So what I'm talking about is a lot of people make really good add-ons, and one of the downsides is crafting recipes, guides, and a bunch of stuff usually isn't in there, or they have to click on the website from like mcpdl.com or something, and it just doesn't, it's not as cool, I guess. I feel like this is a lot better, so I kind of wanted to make a template and a tutorial kind of on how you can kind of play around with this and do it yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate the Dakon's UI template in the global resource, and I'm going to back out. That way I could show you what it looks like in the actual game, but without being in the game. So let's scroll down, and you can see that the how-to settings is now replaced with Dakon's UI template with a custom image as well. If we click it, I went ahead and created a 2-button layout inside of the category section, one category section. You normally don't need that many, but you can kind of play around with it in the files. We'll look at the files here in just a minute though. So the first button here is, it says template with a header, custom text. You can put whatever here. I'll show you how to change all this in a minute. We have a custom image for if you want to do a crafting recipe. We also have another little header and another custom text, and just my logo, so if you want to like brand your add-on and stuff. Also, we have another button with just a header and a custom text if you kind of want to explain something, or just copy this exactly. So you can name this template to crafting a golden apple, and then this could be the crafting golden apple recipe, and then you could do whatever with here. So it's whatever you want, and you can see that it says template up here as well, and that's easy to change. I'll show you how to do all that in a minute. So also, if you back out, it says Dakon's UI template. It says enhance your add-ons with the help of this template. That's when you back out, that's what this will say. So you can change that if you wish, as well as custom images or whatever else that you would like here. So let's go ahead and back out. Also, inside of the actual game itself, so I'm going to create a brand new world. I'm going to show you, we went ahead and added a cool custom button. So this way your add-ons seem a little bit better, stand out, especially when you're playing in survival. So I'm going to go ahead and just enable this one real quick, and I'm going to create a world. Normally the how-to button is a question mark, a tiny little question mark in the inventory section, and you could press it and basically it'll take you to the how-to. So if we're in survival or whatever, and this is our inventory, we have a little custom icon here, and if you click it, it'll take you to our template here, which is cool. So that way it's more noticeable, it stands out. You can even change this to a text, so if I wanted to put like Crazy Craft or the Crazy Craft image, people could click it, take it to the recipes guide or whatever on that. So enough of that, let's go ahead and take a look at the code, how you could do this and edit this template to your settings. Sorry if this video is kind of going to be long and stuff. I'm going to try and not edit it or anything, so that way we could keep it all into one section as well. So here's the template. We're going to go to the UI. The how-to commons, you don't need to change anything. Leave that completely how it is. That is what gives the custom image. So what I mean by that is, if I come back up here, let me just go to the settings again, and I'm going to scroll down to the Dakon's UI. You see this little S from Skillcraft beside the template? That is what this is doing. So if you want to have the custom images here, if not, you just want it to be a button that says template, just delete the commons. Other than that, if you do, leave that. Don't change anything. Don't even open it. I mean, you can open it, but there's nothing in there. Don't mess with anything unless you feel like changing image size and stuff. But the how-to play screen, this is the most important part. So the only thing that you have to do here, and I'm going to be show you guys pretty specific. The Dakon category is what it is when it showed in the red on Minecraft. So I'm just going to kind of load Minecraft. Let me actually minimize this a little bit. That way I could explain a little better. So you see where it says Dakon's template? This is the category. So this is where it says Dakon's category. That's what this red would be. And we'll look at the text in just a second as well. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and load that up. There we go. Let me minimize this actually. So there we go. So the category here is red and it says Dakon's template, so it's Dakon's template right there in the red, and it's under category Dakon, which is here, category. So that's how you would change that if you wanted to change it. We also have the template with custom image. It says template, and that is the test button, the first one, index 0, and the test 1 button, which is focus index or forced index 1. So those are those 2 buttons here. Now keep in mind that you don't want to number these or it doesn't work, so keep these into text format, not numbers. So numbers will get kind of confusing, especially like this. So keep those test 1 and test. If you want to add another one, all you would do is, this is exactly where you would start. If you want to create another category with more buttons in that specific category, then just copy the whole thing like this, and you can just copy it over. But if you want to make a new button, copy this one like so. Go ahead and leave the comma there, and go ahead and paste, and change the 1 to a 2, and you need to change the test 1 and the test 1 button here to test like 2 or 3, or you know, test moo, I guess, or something. So let's go ahead and do that. Delete that. So you would do test moo. Now we have the beginning of stages of how to create another UI button. So we're going to go ahead and go down, and the other part is the section. You don't have to touch anything else. The only thing you need to do is copy right here. I try to make it as easy for you guys as possible. So just paste that in, and the only thing you have to do is just delete the test 1 and do test moo, and you can go back over here and you can go back to the test 1 and go test moo. Just like that. That's how you would make a new button there, and that's gonna, you know, define those. So other than that, if you want to, you can just copy this one. That's why I made it just text. So you would just copy here and do a couple spaces and paste it again. But remember this, guys, if you go and do this, delete this one. So you would have to delete this one. So delete it and then put a comma if you're going to add a new section. That's very important, otherwise it's not going to work and you're going to have lots of problems. So then after that, you could just do test moo. I'll explain in just a second what's going on. I'm just going to show you how you would create another one in case you want to. The section would be temp 1, we'd change that to temp moo, and so on and so on. But you guys kind of get the idea on that part of it. So let me go ahead and explain what this kind of does. Let me get Minecraft back up. So the first thing we have here is template, and it's a header on Minecraft. Well, the first thing here is a header, and it's classifying in the text header, template header title 0. So let's go ahead and load our text file. There we go. And the how to play template and how to play template title. And then we have the title 1. This is what's classifying the buttons, by the way. That's the button, and this is the other button. So this right here is the header title 1, title 0, and that's what's going to be whatever we want here. So I could change this. I could delete it and put meow or whatever it is that you want this custom template header to say. Now you're going to need to do a padding. It's not needed, but I recommend you do it anyway, just to keep your code from corrupting or making simple mistakes. So just copy a padding, and every time you do something, just add a padding. So there's 0. Next is paragraph, and we're going to do a paragraph. Text is Dakon's template text 0. And you can see that we have the Dakon template text 0, and this is what we're going to put here. So custom text in this. So, you know, you could put 9 gold, or, you know, 8 gold. 8 gold and 1 apple, you know, or whatever it is that you want to put there. And then, you know, of course we have another padding, and this is padding 1. And then this is the image file. This is how you would do the imagery. So image 0, and how to play commons image, texture, text. Now there's nothing in the, like the notepad for, you know, text inside of the resource for imagery. It's not needed. All you have to do is classify where the text is going. We're using textures test. So that's going to be in the files. If we go to texture, you can see that we have test, which is the first one, and test A, which is the second one. And this is where test A is. So this is defining the second image. And you can see that we have image 1, and then paragraph 1, and header 1, and then we have the title 1. So in these formats, you can actually put in a number, as long as it's in the controller's unit. So keep that in mind as well. But basically, that's pretty much how you would do all that and classify it. You can change that, and then of course this is the header 1, template new. So that's where these would be. So I showed you how to put the image, a header, a text, and add a button and a category. Now about these custom images, that's pretty easy actually. Don't save that. Let's go ahead and back out of that as well. So this UI icon, go ahead and open it up. And where it says icon template and icon temp 1, basically if you're going to create a new button, which is icon template and icon temp 1, you would just put whatever images that you want up here. For an example, I could take like this one, copy, and paste it over. And if I wanted this to be one of my custom imagery icon, like that little scroll, or that, not the scroll, but the right here, when I click it, this little S right here, right beside template, these are where these are coming from. So that's how you would change those. Let's go ahead and delete that. And now if you go to UI itself, this is where all of the custom imagery for, like when I was in game and right here beside Dakon's UI template. This is what these are. So you can change those to your liking, however you want. You can see that it kind of darkens when I'm hovering over stuff, different things happen. So yeah, that is pretty much it on the how-to settings. Hopefully I kind of explained a little bit. This was an actual difficult video for me to make because I barely just recently learned enough to kind of start making the template. But before I went and learned a lot more, I kind of wanted to give you guys what I've known so far, or what I learned so far, and give it to you guys and let you play with it, let you make better stuff with your add-ons. And if you already know how to make this and you're really good at UI, I probably made a horrible tutorial and you guys can go make one and, you know, make a better one. But not too many people were making this, so I felt like it was a necessary thing, and I really think a lot of people should be using this, especially in your add-ons, because people that make all of these crazy crafting recipes without going to a website, you're really not going to be able to know how to do this. And for this to be as simple to access, especially in survival, and that's another thing. So I'm going to load back in, and I'm going to just put myself in survival. It is so easy to get to this. And the chat setting, which is the other one, and I'm going to show you another video, but I'm just going to go to game mode S. If I could spell S. So we're in survival and we click it. The image is right there. It's so quick to get to, especially the how-to. It's not hard at all. Now the other one is in the settings menu, which is another one that I'm going to show you guys in another separate video on this one, because there's a lot more that we can do. Pop-ups, sliders, scroll down. There's so much that we could do and affect the game itself that the how-to section could not do. But I thought it was a cool feature. It's right there in your inventory, and you can always access all the crafting recipes. So that's why I feel it's necessary to add these to a lot of add-ons that are pretty big. But that's it for the video, guys. Let me know how I did. Leave a like. Let's try and hit 250 likes for this template tutorial thing. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm DAKONBLACKROSE, and I'm out.